lot of plays. So I believe, was that the one to Marquez?
Yes.
Yeah. Just a really smart play by him. And then strong hands back to the ball. I told him after the game, I'm just really proud of him. You know, he's got a couple weeks without a ton of targets. Didn't hang his head. He actually made a bunch of plays in the run game. You know, he was lead blocker. You know, him and the Chariots of Fire guy were running down on that play. But he's really kept a good attitude about himself, and I'm really proud of him. And he did a really nice job today. Good strong hands back to the football on that one, and some other really nice plays for us today.
Rob Reichel?
Aaron, I think since you arrived in 05, you guys have had a playoff bye 4 different times. You know, this year is obviously much different with only one team that's going to get the bye. Just how big of an advantage do you think it would be to wind up being the team that gets it?
Yeah, Rob, I think it's important for sure to get that extra week of rest. The big thing, though, you know, and you guys know this, you know, we've played in, I believe, 4 NFC Championship games, all 4 on the road. So being able to have the whole thing come through Green Bay is something that we've talked about for a long time. We've wanted, we've never had. So I think that would definitely be in our favor with the weather that we have in Green Bay. You know, play at home, be on our schedule. You know, so that's obviously in play. It was always in play, but it's definitely in play now.
Mark Daniels?
Aaron, what's the key to the efficiency? First 2 series, 15 plays, not a single negative play, 14 points.
Yeah. Execution obviously is at a premium. I think I talked about it last year, but I think Matt does a really nice job with some openers. And because we know about him early and what he's thinking about calling, it allows us to, you know, think about, visualize those plays the night before, morning of, in the locker room before the game. So you ran through those plays, I think, many times in your head already. At least I have. And I assume other guys do the same type of routine. But I think it really helps us kind of get locked in from the start. And, you know, then the execution. You know, you throw a couple of back shoulders for touchdowns. The first one, you know, was just 17 being 17. The second one was a phenomenal catch by MVS. But, yeah, the execution was really solid, and we moved the ball really well in the air early on.
Mike Spofford?
Yeah, Aaron, just wondering what your thoughts were when that field goal gets moved back 5 yards and Matt leaves Mason out there to try it from 58. What was going through your mind at that point?
57.
Well, I thought he was going to make it, and that was going to be basically for the win. Then, you know, we obviously had the kickoff return, and they got some points, onside kick, and then we had to hit a third down to close it out. But, you know, Mace I don't believe he's missed a field goal this year. That's incredible. He's so reliable. He has been for so many years for us. You know, I love him. Yeah, I've been locker mates with him on road games for so many years now. And I just consider him obviously a close friend, but someone who's just so reliable. And you love having him on our team. He's made some really big kicks over the years. And, you know, he's always had a little gray in his hair, but he's got a lot of gray in his hair now and still has such a big leg and can make it from way back.
Dave Schrader?
Aaron, congrats. How does it feel to be at the controls of this offense right now? I know you've had high-flying offenses before, but last year you scored 30 points 4 times. You've done it 4 straight games and 10 out of 13 this year.
Yeah, a little different efficiency this year. You know, last year we weren't great on third down. You know, we didn't start games out like we did this year. I believe we've had points on every drive but 1 this year on the opening drive. Tom will probably correct me at some point if that's not true. What, Tom? Not every game? See, he corrected me. Feels like every game. But I feel like we've gotten off to some really good starts. Obviously, I've been pretty efficient through the air, taking care of the football, but being, aggressively opportunistic, I think is definitely how I feel like my approach has been this season. The line obviously has done a fantastic job. Today was a very light day as far as getting hit, no sacks. I felt like my movement in the pocket was good. I didn't have a lot of, big runs, a lot of shorter ones, but we weren't having negative yardage plays, which really helps us out. Good to get back in the end zone. Running the ball, I was really tired. That was like a 17-play drive, so I didn't really have any energy left to celebrate. But it was a fun one. This is a fun offense. It helps having 17. He's such a difference maker. He commands so much respect and dictates coverages. And then when we get, the contributions from Alan Lazard and Marquez and EQ with a nice catch early on, and Big Dog and everything that he does that doesn't show up in the stat sheet, and the year that Robert has had, and what Swerve brings to the offense, and Jamal and Aaron Jones, obviously, and now getting Tavon into the mix. Dominique playing today. It's just fun to see so many guys get involved. And we're counting on, some guys we didn't expect maybe at the beginning of the season that weren't on the squad to play for us. Maybe weren't slated to start. Rick, I think, has done a really nice job at right tackle. Lucas Patrick has been fantastic for us all season long. Elton playing multiple positions. Obviously, the big giraffe has had a fantastic year. And Billy has just been so versatile for us. I think he's had a fantastic year at tackle. And then being able to switch back to guard and still be super efficient and productive and physical. And those guys have been playing really, really good.
Matt Schneidman.
Aaron, please correct me if I'm wrong, but was it the Atlanta game where Quez dropped the back shoulder in the end zone, then Indy when it looked like there was a bit of a miscommunication on one? What gives you the confidence to keep going back to him on a play like that?
Yeah, just a feel. I think it's just a feel. I said it after the Atlanta game. The wind was blowing such that I can't even believe the ball got to that spot. So that, to me, gets erased. The other one, I think it was in the Indy, it just took a conversation. I felt like at the point where you should have turned back, that at the point where it's time to turn back, if you're going to turn back, that maybe he wasn't on top of the guy, and he said, I'm going to beat him with speed. So we had a nice little conversation there on the sidelines. And I don't know if it happened in the moment and that maybe hit his brain, but such a strong-handed catch. That's why I said, strong hands on that play is phenomenal by him. And it was aggressive. And then, the first question talking about 3rd and 14, that was strong hands right there. Coming back to meet the football was great. I hit him on Omaha, and I haven't hit him on Omaha in a long time. That was fun as well. So I'm really proud of the way that he played today. The focus that he's shown the last few weeks not getting the football has been really admirable. And that's how you earn the respect of your teammates. The way you conduct yourself when it may not be going as well as you would like. That's true adversity. And high character people respond. And so I got to give Marquez a lot of respect for the way that he's responded those 2 weeks during the week. Wasn't bitching, complaining, anything. Same approach. And today, very proud of the way he played.
Tom Silverstein.
Aaron, when you were in the locker room at halftime, what did you guys talk about with the drive that you were going to get the ball coming out of the third quarter? And then how did that correspond with 14 plays, 75 yards, where it seemed like it was a grind to get down there? But
it was a grind. I don't think there was any specific conversation about the drive. We knew the opportunity we had in front of us, to go back up on top. And that was a focus. It wasn't a pretty drive. We had a couple conversions that might not look great pre-snap that we made work. But I know that we were a little bit tired. It was like an 8-minute, 50-whatever-second drive. We knew we had to get 7. When you have that long of a drive, you got to get in the end zone, get 7. Our defense came up with a nice stop, and we went down, scored again. to go up 2 scores, and that's when you're playing really downhill. And we had another long drive at that point too. So that was the turning point in the game. Was obviously those drives in the third quarter, and that finished in the fourth quarter.
Jason Wilde.
Aaron, you've mentioned that 4 NFC Championship games all on the road before. Devontae was wearing the one not done shirt, and I asked him this as well. What makes this team different than those other teams that have won division titles but haven't gotten over the hump and gotten you back to a Super Bowl?